That's right. We said it, folks. Today is the kids of Little House on Prairie Talk. And don't forget to email us, prairietalktv@aol.com.
That is right, Craig. We want to hear your thoughts, your feelings about the show, how we can make it better, because God knows we can't make it worse. So just email us. Let us know what's going on. It's a very special show. We've never done anything like this before as far as subject matter goes, right?
Yeah, we're just trying to really bring out the specifics of the children in the Little House.
That's
and you
right.
all know what we're talking about. And you know, there's so many characters, and sometimes they get lost in the whole vagueness of the whole show.
That's right. That's a good point, Craig.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, the email address, like we said, prairietalktv@aol.com, it's very important to write us in, because if you do, you may be on the show like our next guest.
Oh, that's
Who
right.
wants to talk about the kids.
You could just tell in her email it was just full of kid love. It was like 3 pages long of just kids. And I was like, oh, what about Pa?
Yeah, what about Paul, Ma, Niall, something like that. But Nels, I mean.
Yeah, it was just none of that. So let's welcome, please help us welcome Randy to the show. Randy, welcome
How
to the
are you
show.
guys?
Thank you so much for coming,
Oh,
Randy.
God, my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Oh, really?
This is exciting.
This is wonderful. Tell us about why you're such a Little House fan.
Well, you know what? I'm not going to tell you my age, but you kind of will guess, because I grew up watching Little House on the Prairie.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, it was great. It really brings back childhood memories for me, you know. And then I became a teacher at one point,
Right.
and you know, I really became, you know, the whole kids thing. Really, you know, later on in life, I kind of thought about, you know, the relationships that, like, you know, Charles had with the kids, you know, and it's kind of, so I wanted to share that with you, because, I mean, this is the place to do it.
Did you share it with your classroom? Did you have like a whole Little House curriculum?
Oh, no, you know what? I should have. But you know what? I was teaching math, so I really didn't get to teach. Although I should have taught them about maybe, you know, the
you could get the whole set of books and put it down and say, hey kids, how many books are here? And they could go, 8, 9, and then that's like a Little House lesson.
You're right. I could definitely do that. Or we can make up word problems using, you know, the kids, and, you know, if they want to build an extension on the farm, you know,
That's great.
They learn about area, and it's definitely, it should be part of the curriculum.
And I think it's great that you actually followed in the footsteps of our own Laura Ingalls and Mary Ingalls and becoming a teacher, except you didn't go blind like Mary.
Oh, you know what? That was you know what? That was really unbelievable, because if you think about it, I mean, it was taped, what, in the 70s, you know, the show, but it was really way ahead of its time, if you think about it, because Laura Ingalls, he is a beautiful young lady, right? All of a sudden, blind, right? Then she became, what'd I say, Laura? Oh, I'm sorry, I meant Mary, of course. Mary with the beautiful long hair and the blue eyes.
We do that all the time, too.
Oh, you know what? I just am very excited. I'm just, my mind is just moving faster than my mouth.
Like everybody else. Don't worry about the stardom or anything.
Yeah, no, it's cool. Yeah, no, but when she became a teacher, I mean, that was just, you know, it just showed that the women's movement of that time, they didn't even realize how far ahead of themselves they really were. You know, and here's Mary, you know, not just a woman being, you know, but a teacher. I mean, even though that was, you know, most of the girls did, but a blind teacher. You know, it showed the whole handicap thing that brought in so many different issues into, and they didn't even realize it. I just, you know, looking back now, it was amazing.
It's amazing. So how many blind characters do we got on TV nowadays?
Absolutely. Right. I think just one on one show, Becker was it or something, and you know.
I don't know.
And they bring
I haven't seen it. It's probably on
and they make fun, and it's really not that funny. You know, it's like, you know, it should be a nice show. You know.
Is that on the same time as Little House? Because I've never seen it.
No, I only heard about it.
Oh.
Yeah, I won't watch that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Well, let's look to the cast of the kids here. Now, you're a fan of just about all the kids.
Yeah.
So what's like your favorite kid off Little House?
Well, I'll tell you though. You know, I don't want to. You know, Laura Ingalls always gets everybody everyone loves Laura. How do you not? You know, how do you not love Laura Ingalls?
She's the center of the show.
She's a glue.
And if you ever think about the relationship she had with her father. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? That's kind of like. They had a very special relationship. I think I'd like to discuss that a little bit, because there was just like a very, I don't know, it was almost like too close.
Yeah.
It kind of like bothered me a little bit. Not then, because I didn't realize that, but when you look at it now, it's kind of like, I don't know, you know, she always ran to him. Why didn't she run to her mother?
She was very aware of what her father thought. There were lots of episodes, like the one when Charles, they were going to have the little baby, and And Charles was paying all attention to the little baby, and Laura got all jealous.
You're right.
Ran up the little hill there, you know.
Yeah, no, you're right, absolutely. And the little one, what was the little daughter, Carrie?
Yeah.
She was always sleeping upstairs in the room, in the loft. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Terrible. I mean, terrible, right? You know.
And then when she did say something, you couldn't understand a damn thing she said.
Right. She was like that little kid on the Partridge Family that they got rid of, with the little drummer kid.
You just see his little head.
No, and then the girl, she couldn't even do the tambourine on time.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you though, the acting on Little House was really unbelievable.
Superb.
Charles Ingalls was just, I mean, you know, he was just unbelievable.
The way he got those kids to just, step up to the plate, you know.
And you know what I liked about it? He spoke honestly with them. You know, he didn't try to BS them or anything. And I think that's important with kids today.
Mm-hmm.
You need to be honest with them and talk to them. And that's what he did. You know, he had a problem with the kids, he would sit them down and talk to them. You know what I mean? They all sat around the dinner table. They all sat together.
Yeah.
You know, the whole family was together. It was all about like the family unit.
Yeah, it wasn't Paul reading a newspaper and Molly sitting there watching TV.
Right, with the clicker and everything.
No.
Right.
It was togetherness.
Right.
That's
And
what
the
show
kids
was
throwing
about.
food like on the Christmas Story, and beating each other up.
Absolutely.
That's what it
I'll
is.
tell you. I mean, they were good kids though.
No slackers in that family.
No, they all pulled their own weight.
Yeah,
they,
they
absolutely did.
definitely
yeah.
did.
But and then of course then you have Nellie Olson.
True.
Boy, I'll tell you, if they would have adopted her, it would have been a whole different show.
It's been a dysfunctional little house.
Oh my goodness, that would have been a little apartment, a little tenement, something.
Paul would have been an
'Cause she
alcoholic.
You think about Nellie's father. God bless him. He was
Nels.
Nels, and what he put up with his wife. I'll tell you.
Let's all give it a moment of silence real quick for Nels, just real quick.
You know what? You're right.
God bless him.
Wow. Yeah.
God bless him.
Yeah, he was strong. He was probably stronger than Charles. Just the fact they had to deal with the wife.
He had to put up with Harry at night.
Yeah.
He once told Charles he was the luckiest man in Walnut Grove.
I remember that.
Yeah, because he was like so fed up with his kids. He was like,
He put his hands up. It was done. Oh my
So
goodness.
do you blame Nellie? I mean, I know you kind of think Nellie's a little bit bitchy, but do you think she's just naturally bitchy, or do you think it was just her upbringing?
I think she was just spoiled. I think it's her upbringing. You know what?
Right.
Yeah, she's just, she was given too much.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You look at the Ingalls kids, they didn't have anything.
Not a thing.
They were good kids.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they didn't have to go trying to find bad things to do.
wealth and happiness and a big
Absolutely.
house and
Right.
Yeah.
And family.
Yeah.
And you make your own fun.
yeah.
That's
you know,
right.
You read with each other, you talk with each other.
Pa would play that fiddle and
Absolutely, throw some spoons together on a jug. Yeah,
the hours they would go in circles.
absolutely. Yeah, no,
right.
that's look. Unfortunately, it's very different now. They should have more shows like Little House on the Prairie for people to watch, as to learn.
Remember when the Ingalls brought in the old little Shannon Doherty? You remember those episodes?
Oh my God, that was so. Yeah,
You remember
Yeah, she was young. Oh
Yeah.
my goodness, that was a long time ago.
Way before the Beverly Hills 90210.
Oh, yeah,
Eons
totally
before
different. See, again, different times.
Yeah.
It's
different times.
It's, but yeah, great memories though.
What about Grace?
Grace.
Yeah.
Grace.
She's like the littlest daughter. They brought her in. It's kind of like when the series is put in a few years, they bring in like a new little kid.
I don't know. I must have been doing homework or something.
Too busy watching Laura, I guess.
Oh
and
yeah. Listen, I
And
had
Albert.
my favorites. Oh yeah, Albert.
Yeah.
Well, he was just like his father. The apple doesn't fall too far from the tree.
I'll tell you what, you should copyright that. That was good.
You like that, right?
I like that.
Yeah.
That should be a quote for Little House.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, the apple doesn't. You're right. I like that.
And there was a lot of apples in Little House. Oh yeah, like on the trees.
And didn't Harriet start cooking once? Remember in that episode where she was taking over the restaurant, and everybody was like not going in and eating because it was horrible.
Terrible.
She was cooking.
And who did she bring in as a replacement?
Caroline.
Oh,
Yeah,
of course.
Yeah.
And she, of course, saved the day.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Made
When
everything
didn't she save the day?
delicious.
Because
Right.
Nels was over it because he's a good cook too. But he was
Nels-
just like, you know what?
Nels had it.
Remember, Nell started his own restaurant. Him and Charles was a fiddle player.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
But
yeah.
they did that to get out of the contract
Yeah.
from the big corporate
Takeover, the
thing.
big corporate, yeah.
Because like the big corporate was like there was a contract with the Caroline's Olson's restaurant, and if they didn't produce, then the big corporation could renege the contract.
Oh, wasn't she making pies or something? Also, wasn't she doing something where she was selling something, or was that the same?
We're talking about the pie contest, the famous episode with the pie contest.
Was that
with
what I'm
Caroline
thinking?
Ingalls?
The pie contest, right?
Could have been.
Yeah, there was so many good ones. My goodness.
Speaking of good episodes, remember that episode when Carrie was in the hot air balloon and she was like flying away? It was a dramatic episode.
Did you ever see that one?
I actually saw that one.
Did you?
Yeah, I don't want to make you feel inadequate to be here, but yeah, I saw that episode.
Oh, you know what? I am mortified right now because I can't even believe that I don't remember that.
We're talking about kids here today, and so this is probably one of the few moments you actually missed on the show where it was like, Carrie gets into a hot air balloon, and it gets away, and she's floating over, and everybody's scared because Charles and Ma are scared because nobody knows what a hot air balloon is. Yeah.
Right.
It's just big and round and
They thought it was maybe a UFO. And
who got in there? Carrie, the little one.
Yeah, the little one that couldn't talk.
She probably fell asleep inside there.
Yeah, you're right.
She did.
See, you did see it because she did.
Maybe
she's all like,
I'm telling you, the kid was always sleeping. I don't even think,
Maybe she had mono, or she had mono.
I don't know. She probably wasn't on contract. She was just like maybe a day player.
You know what I'm thinking, because she fell down in the opening, and I think she was just probably visibly, in the show theme, she just falls down in the hill
in the opening,
and maybe it was just she was so emotionally scarred about like nobody loves me. They didn't come pick me up, so I'm gonna sleep.
Yeah,
And it's almost like it's representational of the fact that she fell and no one picked her up. She was laying down. She always wanted to sleep.
Yeah,
I understand that.
Probably hit her head a little bit and just was
absolutely.
So who have we covered now? We got Mary, we got Laura, we got Carrie, we got Nellie.
Willie.
Oh, Willie.
Yeah. Wasn't eating the grass.
Oh my God! You know what? He really helped make the show. He was such a little weasel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was just a little weasel, and he knew how to. You watched it, and you knew there was going to be some good stuff when you saw him because he was always getting himself in trouble.
Always. Yeah. What episode did you not see Willie in the corner with a dunce cap on? Like Craig said one day, though, the only time you didn't see him in that was when he wasn't in the episode, right?
Yeah, when he wasn't in the show, he wasn't in the corner.
Exactly. Oh my God. Well, I mean, you think about it, between the two of them, the brother-sister tag team. But you got to blame the mother on that one.
Yeah.
Harriet, really, she was just, I think she was a little psychotic.
Yeah.
And she really destroyed those kids.
Yeah.
She did. They were like, running wild. She did. You know what it is? Again, the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree.
Yeah,
I
There's
love
that saying again.
Here's on my next.
Yeah, I feel it because it's the truth. Because that's all I can really say. Because you look at Harriet, she did what she wanted, and she was spoiled. And if didn't get it her way, she caused a scene.
That's right.
Same thing with the kids. So what do you expect?
I'll tell you what, that's true.
I know who we can expect today.
Will you read my mind?
Yes, I will.
We're like I don't know what it is. I just think it's the same thing.
I'm feeling it's that time again.
We got a surprise for you today.
Yeah, we do. You're not the only one who's coming today. That's right.
There was another emailer who got on the show too.
Oh no!
I wouldn't necessarily say an emailer.
Yeah. So that's right, everybody out there. You know what we're talking about. You all ready there, cowboy?
Yes, I am.
To welcome Melissa Gilbert. That's right, everybody. This is a segment where we bring out Melissa Gilbert with a big clap, cheer, and anything else we can put out to get her out here.
She's really here?
Did you see her face light up when we said Melissa
really
Gilbert?
here?
You see her? She's here.
Oh my God.
She's right behind that door back there.
Oh my. Okay.
We'll bring out another chair for her. So let's just all clap. Welcome, Melissa Gilbert.
Yay! Melissa Gilbert!
Melissa!
Woo!
Yeah. Was the traffic on the 101 backed?
The log on this fire is more reliable than Melissa Gilbert being here.
Oh, you said she was here.
She was supposed to come.
She usually, what the hell am I talking about? She usually never comes. In fact, she has not come yet. But
we keep trying.
All right. Well, that's cool. That's all right.
You know what? It's not cool. It's not cool. How many times is it going to happen, Craig?
I don't know.
Have you tried to get in touch with her?
Yeah. We don't just like do this and like just pretend. It's like
No,
real.
no, I know,
We
but I mean-
actually call her. We email her. We call her. She has agents and managers.
I was going to say, get in touch with her agent.
Oh, we do. And
Why wouldn't her agent want her to do Prairie Talk? God knows she's not doing anything else but TV movies right now.
Yeah,
so come
so-
on, Melissa,
yeah,
get with the
MOWs,
program.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
my
it's-
You
God.
should really. You invited her and she didn't show, and she said she was going to.
Yeah, we want to give her a chance because she is what brings the show together.
Absolutely.
And if she was on Prairie Talk, even though our show is already together, it would just kind of be
I think it would be-
Make the show complete.
Yeah.
Absolutely, I think it would be a really nice added attraction.
And it would
Yeah.
give a chance for Melissa Gilbert to get back in the same setting that made her famous.
Right.
That showed her acting roots, that got her to the peak of her career. Gosh darn it, she don't ever come.
Because she was just wonderful when she was next to a fire, there in the old little house,
Yes.
just sitting at the dinner table, just
Yep.
the fire going and the family.
Think about that. Me, you, Laura, just sitting around the fire having a cup of latte and talking about Little House.
That's right.
Yeah. I mean, if anybody's going to know real good details that no one else would know, she would definitely be
She
the
would.
person
She's
to
got the
know.
inside scoop, that's
Yeah.
for sure.
It's literally, we could just say, welcome to Prairie Talk, everybody, and just sit here. And she could just spew forth knowledge
Or
from...
people just like stare, just let her sit there and everyone just look at her and
Yeah.
just like look at how she's different, or she's, they basically look the same, just a little bit older,
Yeah.
It's
Right,
like
right.
maybe she doesn't wear hair and braids,
Yeah. We could
But-
wonder if we could get her to put the old braids on if she showed up, just show
Wow.
the little braids.
I don't know.
I don't
That'll take a little
know.
bit of talking.
I know. That
I
would
don't know.
be-
That would kind of push it, but I think it'd be very cool to have her here.
Yeah.
Well, I'll help you write a letter campaign if you want.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I will.
That would be much
And I'll
appreciated.
have all my friends do it.
We
Because
appreciate
yeah,
Yeah, absolutely. I'll tell you what. Well, let's get off this sore
Yeah.
subject.
Well,
All
sorry,
right, well,
everybody.
That's okay. I am enjoying myself so much. This is great. This
Thank
is.
Yeah.
This is great. Thank you for having me.
Oh no!
Yeah.
This is wonderful having you because there's so many kids. There's even there's those special guest star kids.
I was gonna say, remember how when Mary was teaching and she'd have all the, and you know what else was very cool? The fact that all the different age groups. So here's another hot topic about how they have the Montessori schools where all the different kids go with their own paces.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, here are all these kids, different age ranges and grade levels, all in the same schoolroom,
holding hands and
all
walk.
helping each other.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You had the older kids helping the younger kids.
Yeah.
You don't have that.
Do you
really
see that
now.
today? All you see
No.
is wedgies and
Right,
duct tape
and-
to your buttocks and
Right,
stuff like
and
that.
putting your arms and making farting noises
Yeah.
and stuff. Yeah, no.
Locking kids in the bathroom in the stall.
Right, tripping them down the hallway stairway.
Oh, that is caca,
Yeah.
in my opinion. And I'll tell you what. with
and
all
those are just
gang
the
violence-
teachers. You wouldn't catch Mary doing that.
And if they did that in an episode, they did some of that
Oh,
spitball.
oh.
Everybody would
That
look
was
at
Willie.
them. Yeah, they would.
Willie did do a spitball.
Yeah.
You know
I
what
hate
though?
to say
But
it.
here's the difference. Today they'd lie through their teeth about it, right?
Yeah.
Right.
He did it.
Yeah.
They would tell the truth. They
Yeah.
would,
Yeah.
I did
Yeah.
it. And you know what? And they learned. And I think that's the way it should be. You deal with what you did, and that way. And I used to tell my students, if you lie to me, you're going to get in trouble.
Yeah.
But if you tell me the truth, I'm going to say, look, you did the wrong thing. Don't do it again.
Yeah.
You're not going to get in trouble.
Yeah, like in Little House, they stepped up to the plate when they were.
Yes.
And then they stepped up to the wall.
That's right, with the dunce cap.
Oh, boy. Good
wow.
times today here, Prairie Talk.
Yeah, this is great.
Woo! The show before this, we had a pretty controversial episode, and it's good to just get the goodness out again. I feel
Oh,
so
yeah.
good and liberated
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah, no, it was great. And you know what I love? That they all went to school together. They all, took their little book bag, little book things,
Sure.
walked to school together. The older kids made sure the younger kids were all right and everything else. Whole different time though,
I know.
But,
I always wondered how the teacher had all those grade levels, but there's only just a few problems on the board. All the kids were doing.
Right.
It was very strange.
I don't know.
Poor little Carrie sleeping in classes, having to add 557.
Oh, I know.
With
it's
some
too old
other-
for her.
other
Well, you know
number.
what she did then? She just took a nap.
Yeah.
Hell with this.
She put her head down on the desk, fell asleep. It's all
Willie,
right. Yeah,
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. I'll tell you. So, I'm trying to think. There's got to be another kid we're missing here.
Well, there's just this. Well, there's special guests like the two brothers came and stayed with Laura, or
Right.
or there's that really staunchy, stuck-up rich kid who came to town. Remember him?
God,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
And the kids all beat up on him and threw
Yeah.
mud on him and stuff.
Yeah, that was.
It was
Yeah.
just like, well, then there's the schoolyard, that reminds me of the schoolyard fun, all these kids just running around in circles,
And having fun without having to do bad things.
yeah, like if you weren't on the seesaw, you were running in a circle.
Right.
Yeah.
Listen, fun things. That's
Yeah,
what they
that's
did.
True. It's good times back then, Good
Yeah.
times in a good place. I'll tell
Play,
you
and
what.
I liked when Laura would get involved, and she would always, play the sports and always get dirty.
Little tomboy.
I
Little
know,
tomboy.
I know. Always, what? It cracked me up that they always wore dresses. The girls were always in dresses.
Yeah.
But they still got dirty. Just
Yeah.
like a lot of the other
But
ones.
they could still play a mean game of baseball.
That's right. I love when they played ball.
That was great.
Yeah.
That was great.
Yep.
So when you have kids of your own one day, do you plan on taking after Ma and Pa Ingalls?
You know what? Yes, I plan to instill the goodness that they had, the honesty, the freedom to talk with each other, and having dinner together at the family, being there for the kids and talking to them. Absolutely.
Good.
I mean,
Good.
I have to be realistic and know that we're in a different world now, but, hopefully the reruns will still be on and I'll be able to let them, see the show and
Sure.
get the understanding of the way,
Yeah, it is a different time.
Basics.
Yeah.
So I guess you couldn't raise him exactly the same because if you raised
No.
him too good, where he goes to school maybe like Albert did, which was a picture of goodness, he'd probably get his ass kicked. So
Yeah.
it's good to at least
Right, they have to be strong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it'd be a mixture. Like, look at again, Laura.
Yeah.
Strong, but also knew how to be a lady.
Yes,
Yeah.
she
But
did.
also was, a tough little chick.
I was a little worried about
Yeah.
Laura in the beginning. I thought she might grow up to be a, you know what I'm saying? But she grew up.
Oh, she grew into a very
Yeah.
lovely young lady.
Yeah.
she did.
She sure did.
She did.
Well, we got another surprise here for you today.
Another surprise?
Just
Is
for
it
you.
someone else coming?
No,
Not necessarily something better though.
kind of. Someone else is coming.
Oh my goodness!
Oh.
What is this?
This
Get
is
out.
what we like to give to all our guests, and out there you see that's the Doc Baker plate. And there you go.
Oh my goodness!
That's from us to you.
Yeah, for
Thank you so much.
consider it like a consolation prize. It's just kind of like
This.
And whenever you're feeling
great.
sick, if you have the flu or you're just not feeling well, look at the Doc Baker plate and just hear him. Maybe you can look at his mouth and you can almost hear him saying, "Just get some rest and drink some OJ and it'll be okay, and you're gonna be fine. I promise you."
I have to tell you, he looks really good here.
That picture did him justice, that's for
He
sure.
looks really good. It's a good liking of him.
I tell you, he looks like a. Is that Don Knotts?
I know that's not it.
Yeah. So we hope you
This-
enjoy it.
You know something? This is brilliant. This, you know what? They should really now. You want to start now? They should make a whole set of Little House china.
We're working on it.
Yeah.
And because they have all the different ones, and each plate would be a different character.
Yeah. Especially the kids.
Absolutely. And then
Yeah.
you have the kids' plastic stuff, not the good
Right.
china.
Oh, yeah,
The
kids' plastic plates.
But it looks like the wood, like how they used to eat on the show,
Right.
in like the little wooden bowls and
Yeah.
things like that. But it would be like, but with their pictures on it.
That would be beautiful.
Thank you so much. This means a lot to me.
Not a problem. We hope you enjoy it.
Wow.
Thank you.
I mean, you drove so far today. I was like,
you know what?
it must have taken you
Thank
like
you
2
very
days to get
much.
here.
Yeah.
No, it was worth every second. It really was.
I'll tell you
Oh,
what,
wow.
we're in Los Angeles, and this fine young lady drove clear from Washington just to be here with us today, and
Right.
we appreciate that.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
No, thank you so much for
I can't
for
wait to
coming
see
on
the
out
next
today.
show. I'm very excited.
Get ready to be a celebrity. That's all I gotta say.
What is it you like to say? Dream your biggest dream.
That's right.
Dream your biggest dream.
And what will happen? Just dream your biggest dream, and it will come true.
And maybe
All right.
it just
Yeah.
happened.
That's like when
Yeah.
you make the wish on the birthday
Yeah.
candles.
That's right.
Right.
Yeah, that's
I
right.
like that. Thank
Ready for your
you.
life to change.
I'm very excited. Are we done? This is it? Oh, this should be an hour show.
I know.
Oh, we wish it would
This
be.
should be an hour show, like an everyday type of thing, like an Oprah thing.
Yeah.
But this is bigger and better, I think.
We're working on that. Hopefully
getting there.
someday,
We're in contracts right now with the network. So
Yeah.
hopefully
Fabulous.
we'll
Well, I
be
wish you all the best of luck and get those emails out there because this is how I,
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you
very
so much. Thank you. It was a pleasure. It was
It
great.
was so nice having you. And thank you, everybody out there, for watching. Remember to email us at prairietalktv@aol.com. Just like our wonderful guest here today did.
Who knows? You could be right here, sitting right beside her, and
That's right.
getting a Doc Baker plate if you're good. We don't give it out to everybody.
And if you do email us a 3-page email, we really do read the whole thing. We
That's
really
right.
do.
Absolutely.
That's right. So that's it for this episode. We appreciate you watching. We appreciate your loyalty and your love for me and Craig and Little House.
And the Little House.
That's right.
That's right. So remember,
Until then,
good times.
and good friends.
This is what our show's all about. This is why we are here today. This book.
Blood, sweat, and tears went into the publishing of this book and the others like it. That's why we're here today, to show you.
We've searched high and low, and now we're low. And we found